Yeah, it was. All right. We're live. Let's see. Turn off my calming water sounds.
You keep those on in the morning, too?
No, I just forgot about it.
Oh. I mean, I don't hate it.
No, I listen to jazz in the morning now.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm. I really get fucking into it, bro. Okay, so I'll look at the chat on my phone. Oh, cool. Check out made a little watermark. You see it?
Oh, I did see it. It's great.
Thank you.
It's beautiful.
Billy, 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 Billy. One person watching. Is it me?
It's gotta be, right?
On this phone. All right. Let's see if we come into frame. Hey, Vince.
Hey, Vince! I'm not on camera, but I see you.
Let's make sure that I can hear us.
Hey, Vince!
Okay, cool.
Not on camera, but I see you.
Louie, 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 Louie. Okay, perfect. That's how I check sound.
Yeah, that's great. Do you have an iPad?
Yeah. I saw you coming the right way. This is the first time I'm not wearing a robe.
Do you feel safe?
Yeah. I finally moved into a safe space where
That's
I can
good.
go robe free.
You're going rogue, not robe.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You ever see the side-by-side I made of my face with Elvis's face?
Yes.
Very similar. Also, last week Billy told me that I look like a trans woman.
He always says that.
Does he?
He said that in your roast battle.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I guess that, yeah, that's true. With tallness, you always get it, but, you, like, said it very thoughtfully this time.
Do you, like, take offense to that?
No.
I don't think it's an offensive thing.
No, I'm just,
I think it's like
curious about it.
I think it's like, there's something really cool and fashiony about, like, masculine beauty.
I agree. I just never thought I fell into that category. You guys like watching me eat? That's a full experience.
Yeah, you can't be doing that while we're doing this.
You don't think I can just eat during the whole thing? I got what's going on.
You know, it's very funny, like, eating is so similar to the jerking off sound.
Oh, ew.
And they're both, like, the most disgusting. Like, there's something about that noise.
Mm-hmm.
It's very disgusting. Oh, I'm stupid. No, you're not.
No, you're not, Emily.
You're just human and you make mistakes.
Get that negative self-talk out of here, please.
You're confident, you're strong, you're beautiful.
I'm under control.
Everything's okay.
Are the podcasts at your house now or still in the box? They are at my house now, Vince. I live in the Keith and the Girl studio.
They're in Andrea's box.
Mm-hmm.
I have to remember to look at the camera and not the
Yourself.
computer.
Mm-hmm. Eric says eating while jerking off is probably the most disgusting noise and sad, really.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm going to make the noise with my mouth, and
Okay.
then you do I guess you make the same noise, but you do the thing. Okay? 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, that's fucking gross.
Gross.
That's fucking gross. I don't think I've ever eaten while masturbating.
Why? Why would you?
I don't know. It must have happened.
How would you be able to focus on both things equally?
I could probably drink coffee while masturbating.
I just don't understand the desire to, like.
Neither do I, but Eric's bringing it up. Bringing it to the attention of the people.
Like you're using one hand and the other hand. Like what?
Now I'm picturing.
You'd choke on your food, probably.
Now I'm picturing like, okay, so somehow I'm paraplegic now.
Okay.
From the waist down.
Sure.
But so I have like arms with trays on them. So
okay.
In one tray there's a coffee with like a straw.
Wait, so your arms don't work either?
My arms work from the waist down.
Okay, so you're lying in bed.
I'm lying in bed. I actually sit up because I can move this part of my body.
Okay, so you're holding your coffee.
So I've got trays. I've got like all these contraptions.
Okay.
So I've got a tray with the coffee, and I'm drinking out of that with a straw. And then I also have a cigarette. I have a thing that holds a cigarette, and I smoke that. But then I also masturbate. You know what I'm saying? So my arms are free because I have various.
Oh.
Because I have things like I'm like.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I don't think there's a need. I don't think there's a market need. But listen, we'll talk. We'll go on Shark Tank.
Thank you, Curtis, for our congratulations. I love streaming live
What
with
are you congratulating us on?
He said, congrats on your YouTube live show.
Oh, thanks.
What the fuck are you congratulating us on, you fucking bitch?
Just like, what did we do?
I'm a worthless piece of trash. Okay.
Why can't I get to drive from here? I'm confused. Technical difficulties.
You can talk to these people.
Okay. Who's in here? Vince.
Okay.
Curtis. Squiffle noses. Such dainty bites she takes. What an angel.
I know, right?
Andrea's not like other girls.
I can eat so fast.
Andrea eats quicker than I take a breath.
This is actually slow right now.
Because you're doing other things. If you were eating while you were masturbating, that's probably the only way you would eat at a healthy pace.
That's how I should maintain my figure.
Yeah, you should. That's like when people say drink water in between every bite. Like that could be like
in the new Body by Bali.
Diddle yourself in between every
jerk
bite.
off diet. This is annoying. Okay, settings. Fucking iPad. I'm gonna email a drive link.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
That might have been what we did last time.
I think so too. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Check out my boobs.
We're gonna get started in just a few. Also, just so you know, this is probably the way that things are gonna go for indefinitely. Like, we'll go live at 12, and then we'll probably actually start around 12:15 to allow people to, like, trickle in, for Andrea to eat her spinach pie, to get the drive link.
How many videos are out there of us talking and me shoving a spinach pie in my mouth?
At least 3.
What happens in
the booth,
yeah.
in the box, in the after show, the afterglow.
You can tell them why we left the box, if you want to.
we left the box because we were paying money for that space every month, and it's not that we disliked it. They were very cool, and I enjoyed being there at Con Artist, but it was just like a little disorganized. So, and not the most convenient. It was more convenient probably for other people.
Yeah.
But it wasn't really convenient for either of us. So, it's like paying money every month to not reap very many benefits. So we just decided to keep recording here for now. And we know that we always can record remotely if we need to. And if the time comes that we don't have access to this studio anymore, we'll be able to. So that's good that we know that.
Yeah, it was a good journey to learn how to run audio equipment remotely.
Yeah. And that it sounds fine. I mean, to be completely honest, like, it doesn't sound as good. Like, the Zoom sounds good, but...
Nothing... If we recorded it on the Zoom in a studio, it would sound great.
Right.
It's the room.
I see.
You know what I mean? The Zoom is a beautiful piece of equipment. Don't you dare say anything about the Zoom.
I said the Zoom is perfect. I would never say anything bad about you, Zoomy.
But it was the environment was too loud. And also, like...
We would go in and they'd have, like, music playing. But the thing is, it's like, I'm not a diva. I know that this is not my space. I am paying for the ability to share the space. That's what it is. It's an art collective. So it's not my space to be like, you can't make any noise. You know what I mean? So
it's also like...
I was fine with it. I'm happy that we're back here.
With the Zoom, we had to plug in the mics every week and, like, be dealing with a new set of sound every week.
Yeah, there were variables.
Yeah, like, having a room that's always the same and mics that are always the same is fucking... Money, yeah. God, do you remember when Aaliyah Janine, little backstage,
Jeff's here.
Jeff! Dipping the
tits! Jeff apologized for Irish exiting out of the sex party.
Oh, no apology necessary.
I told him that. We just assumed that they were somewhere, like, fucking.
Yeah. Your wife, may I say.
Dipping the tits. Is that inappropriate? I don't know.
I mean, she would want to know she has awesome tits.
Yeah, she has awesome tits.
And also, awesome person.
Yeah. You guys are both awesome. Oh, God, I can't talk. You guys are both awesome.
Okay. Sorry, the internet...
It's really good that I can't talk since I, talk for a living.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna... Hello, we're back. That's not the right one.
Yeah, but I'm seeing the drive here now, so.
Oh, you are? Oh, so if you open it.
If you open it, you can, like, hit the back arrow and, like.
Okay. Tulips staging way better than the graffiti box. Great. Okay. Oh, good.
Okay.
Ready to rock?
Yes.
Let me make sure the sound is working. All right.
So it's cooking with gas.
It is cooking with gas, yeah.
What else would you be cooking with?
Now you're cooking with a wood stove.
Cooking with fire. Okay. You ready?
Rock this bitch? Yes.
Hello, Army of Cunts.
Ayo.
We're back. It is Friday.
It's Friday.
A little after 12.
12:20
12:22.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I told the chat, but I'm going to say it again because that part's going to probably be cut out. We'll probably go live at 12, and then we'll wait for people to kind of trickle in. We'll get everything in order. Andrea will down a spinach pie.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just, like, get prepped and ready for you. So then at, like, 12:15, we'll be all ready to go and serve you some fresh hot mess.
I like that they got to watch our process of, like, can you email the thing?
And it's
this died.
And this happens every time. I'm starting to think it's actually part of our creative process. Something needs to die so that we can bring it back to life.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
Totally.
We're like Dr. Frankenstein. We need to build the perfect show out of dead parts.
Yeah. Wow, that's beautiful.
Thank you.
What did you think of the live stream of last week? Was it all over the fucking place?
Listen, this whole thing is a work in progress.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very happy that you did the show without me because I think that to keep the momentum going, that's a great way to go. And like Andrea did, she had Billy in as a guest host. We can have guest hosts that have been guests before because we don't do repeat guests a lot, and if we do, it'll be years later, you know? This way, you get to have more characters, and, you get to riff on some lighthearted topics rather than what we normally do, which is like, when's the last time you cried?
Why are you a fucked up person?
Yeah, exactly. So, I'm happy, and I'm happy that you brought Billy in, but, I just think the structure wasn't really there, but...
Oh, certainly it was not. Do you know what I noticed? So, past Hot Mess guests, a multiple returner, Ray Kump, started his own podcast.
Yeah, I haven't listened to it, have you?
Yeah, I have. It's fucking ridiculous.
Is it good?
Yeah.
Ray's so funny.
It's also, it's long, and it's him, I don't fucking know. I'll eat.
You know what's funny?
All the trash.
And you're the one who pointed this out to me, but Ray used to do a podcast with Tim Dillon called Tim Dillon is Going to Hell. And their dynamic was so funny, but Tim Dillon is such a ridiculous person, but he was the straight man in that duo.
If Tim Dillon is your straight man, you're insane.
Yeah. Which Ray definitely is. He's so sweet, though, and so funny. But,
he's also so smart. That's what's funny about him. Not to be judgmental. If you saw Ray barreling down the streets with, his gyro and his 5-hour energy and his shirt that's all fucked up and his weird hat. Ray's a weird guy. You would not be
he's a slob.
Genius.
I don't think he would be offended by me saying that either. No. He is a total slob.
You wouldn't be genius that knows about the Federal Reserve.
No.
But he does.
No, he's way smarter than me.
He knows about Keynesian economic theory.
You know what he is? He's well-read.
Very well-read.
Like, he's naturally smart, he's naturally intelligent, but we all know those people who, like, don't keep up with current events. They don't really know what's going on. Mm-hmm. Maybe their name is Emily Lubin.
Andrea Allen.
But he is really, like, he educates himself, and he's very curious about learning new things. This has just become the comp appreciation hour.
I love him.
I just love him so much. But anyway, yeah, he would be a great guest host.
Well, and I also noticed that when he posts stuff on Instagram about his new podcast, Hot Mess guests comment, like, you were so good on this episode of Hot Mess.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah, like, bring the girls. You should have the girls on your show. And I was like, yes.
You know what? If enough of you comment on Ray Cump's Instagram posts that you want us on his show, I bet he'll do it.
Oh.
So keep making those comments. Keep tweeting
much.
Keep tweeting Ray Cump.
Oh.
We are magic together.
We really are.
I have to admit.
He's magic with a lot of people.
That's true.
He's fucking...
Yeah, I think I'm special, but really, he just can vibe with everyone. I've got the magic. Speaking of magic,
yes.
Do you want to hear our first news story?
Yes, I do. Vince said last week was funny, but Emily is forever irreplaceable. So,
thanks, Vince. Mm-hmm. Vince sent me a product that I think I need to buy. Really? Yeah. You know how I love pickles? Mm-hmm. So, Vince and I share a love of pickles. Like, we talk about it probably too much. Mm-hmm. Because I don't know how much it's healthy to talk about pickles, but Vince and I push the limit for sure. Sure. He sent me, you know, like those crunchy things that people put on, like, green bean casserole? Like those crunchy onion things? Oh, yeah. They make pickle versions of those. Oh, wow. Game changer. And you can, like, put them on hamburgers. You're going to be like straight sniffing that up. I'm going to be snorting it. I'm going to be sprinkling it in my cereal, probably. Yeah. Or in my... Okay, this is going to sound really weird, but a classic combination, this is like a cult favorite combination in the pickle lover world. You don't know about the pickle lover world. Pickles and peanut butter. Ew. Yeah. But, like, interesting. It sounds so wrong, but it's so right. Because it's like the vinegariness of the pickles goes with, like, the like greasiness of the peanut butter. Yeah, those are like two of your favorite things. Yes. On a sandwich. It's so good. So, like, I could just sprinkle this crispy pickle stuff on a peanut butter sandwich, and you have that eyes. You have that eyes are like, I could just sprinkle this. You have that crunch too. It's like when you put potato chips on a sandwich. Yeah. But like the non-savory version. I'm so excited about it. You know what I was always amazed with by pickles? Do you remember the first time you ever had a pickleback shot? Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah, and I was like, this is... I mean, I don't drink anymore, but the amount that the pickle cancels the alcohol taste immediately. It just erases it. It's crazy. It's like a Mr. Clean magic eraser on your tongue. It really is. We did pickleback shots. Do you remember that time? No. There was a bar in the East Village where they used to do this open mic on Saturday. It has since closed, but it was obviously like right before you stopped drinking. But we were there one day on a Saturday and we did pickleback shots. Was it? It wasn't Otto's. It was Sydney Washington used to go there. Sydney Washington. When she had long hair and like... Interesting. Yeah. We did picklebacks? We did picklebacks. That's so funny. Yeah. I'm trying to like imagine. I think we were probably like... world. We were probably drinking beers too, but like we definitely did picklebacks. And we were talking... It was the same conversation. We were like bonding over... It just erases it! I can't believe it. It's like your classic drunk conversation. Yeah. Like, I love this shit, man. It just fucking... You get the burn of the whiskey, and then the pickle just fucking erases it. Did you ever have an Irish car bomb? Is that with the... Is that like you drop it in the beer? Yeah, I did in Ireland, actually. Really? Yeah. That's one of the funnest drinks I've ever had. It's also one of the drinks where I vomited immediately afterwards. Like, I drank it and then just threw up in my own hands. Ew. It was so gross. I can't remember what it tasted like, though. It's whiskey, right? Whiskey. It's Jameson whiskey in... I think it's Guinness. Okay.
It's something like...
Wow, that's a heavy drink.
Yeah. And then you drop...
No wonder why you threw up. There was one time I went to visit my best friend at college. And she went to college in Connecticut, which is where my dad's side of the family lives. Mm-hmm. And it happened to have been Passover dinner. So I was like, oh, this is great. I'll go to Passover dinner, and then afterwards I'll go over and we'll just, like, go out. Mm-hmm. So I go to Passover dinner. I eat so much brisket. Like, so much brisket. I'm so full. But I'm like, I already committed to going to this party, even though I feel like a beached whale. Mm-hmm. So I go, I meet her at this party. There's, like, no time in between. My dad drops me off on campus, and we just, like, run there. Oh, and I drink one single beer. I'm in the basement of a frat house, pretty much.
Always in a basement.
And I immediately vomit all over the basement floor, right by the keg. Not because I was drunk, but because I had a belly full of brisket.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah. But nobody saw, so I just left it there. And then I continued to drink.
Ew. I want to talk about this news, but do you remember the thing that you did in the basement of the now closed Gordon Bennett?
Yeah, I hope Lee never sees this, but, like, I peed in the basement of our beloved bar, Gordon Bennett.
She, like, I didn't even know you that well then.
The bathrooms were full. Uh-huh. There were 2 bathrooms, and there were lines for both of them, and you know when you're just like, I'm not gonna make it. There needs to be an alternative, a plan B scenario, or else I'm gonna pee my pants. Yeah. And I haven't peed my pants as an adult. I don't even think I peed my pants as a child.
I peed my pants within the last week.
Yeah, see, I have very excellent bladder control, but what that means is that sometimes I push it a little too far because I don't have to pee. And then when I do have to pee, it's like an emergency.
Yeah, so you are hammered beyond belief.
For sure.
And I don't even know how you told me that you peed on the floor, but you...
I was probably like, hey, listen, I need to tell you something.
You went to, like a storage room.
I
don't even know how you got in there.
It was next to the bathroom was a door.
It was like a food prep room.
It was where they kept all the cases of beer and stuff.
That's not so bad.
It was a storage room. But like, there had to be cameras down there.
She peed on the floor.
I peed on the floor.
Like the chick from The Exorcist, and then left it.
Well, what was this?
You didn't try to wipe it up?
Clean it up? What? There was no rag. Clean it up with what? My sweater? That would have defeated the purpose.
It's like honestly one of the most savage things you've ever done.
It's really gross. I'm not proud of that.
No, you shouldn't be.
It would be weird if I was. I'm really not proud of that, you guys, and I'm a little upset that she brought it up now. But listen, we all do things when we're young and asshole. You know, I think that like when you're up to age 25, you're just kind of an asshole.
You are. Yeah.
Like, I wasn't even thinking that, like, somebody would have to clean that up. Like, it wasn't even... I was just like, no one's gonna know. No one's gonna see.
As someone who recently broke up with a 23-year-old, I can definitely confirm that, 1, they're self-centered. 2, kind of pricks. A little bit pricks.
Yeah, you think that you actually think that the universe
revolves around you. Yeah. I've got a lot of nice messages after the podcast with that we released last week. Someone subscribed to Patreon.
Don't kill yourself.
Hey, see if you're okay. So,
I know you're alone in the world.
Just doing a mental health check. Someone subscribed to our Patreon because
I saw that
episode. I'm like, fuck yeah. If that's how you subscribe to Patreon.
If you're feeling really bad for us is the only way you're going to give us money, I'll tell you everything bad about
Emily
my life.
peed on the floor in an establishment.
All right, let's
Eric
get to the...
Just like Justin Bieber pissing in a mop bucket. Did he do that?
I didn't know he did that, but I believe it. Have you ever seen Never Say Never?
No.
The Justin Bieber documentary? So, funnily enough, I watched that with the Keith and the Girl Gang.
Okay.
When we were, maybe when we went, like, skiing one year.
Oh,
you
there was
weren't
a cabin,
there.
yeah.
Yeah, we went to a cabin one year, and I don't know why, it seems like the type of thing that nobody there would want to watch, but for some reason, we all wanted to watch it.
Okay.
Because we were curious. But it's Never Say Never. It's the Justin Bieber documentary, and it follows him, like, on his concert tour. Mm-hmm. And it is shocking. Just, like...
How much of a little prick he is.
What a little prick he is, but how everybody's just like, okay, Justin. Like, he's just surrounded by enablers.
Yeah.
I would hope that he's calmed down a little bit now, but I think at the time he was maybe 16 or something, and he could do no wrong. He got
worse as he got older, and then I think he's kind of curbed now. He's, like, religious now and, like, married. Like, he still seems like kind of a shitbird, but there was a period there where he was, like, saying racial slurs for fun. And,
but there was this scene, he was riding a golf cart around and just, like, knocking shit over for no reason.
Tragedy bleeds money. Interesting. Yeah, I know. He was, I mean, if you had that much, our thesis...
No one's telling you no, ever.
Our thesis about people under 25 is true, and then now add unlimited money and national stardom to that.
Yeah, I think that extends it until you're 45.
Probably.
Is it Corey Haim or Corey...
Feldman. One of them's dead.
Corey Haim is dead, I believe. I think. And Corey Feldman is still alive, and he is... My brother-in-law was showing me videos of him. He is the most ridiculous person. And the reason why this is coming to mind, this totally relates, is because he was a child star and, had everything.
They fucked them. They fucked those kids.
Yeah, he is completely fucked, like, lives in a completely different reality. He's the front man of a band and legitimately thinks that he can sing.
Have you seen the Corey's Angels?
Yes. Okay, so you know about this.
Oh, it is so fucked up.
It is hilarious.
It's like real wrong. Like, we should study this on a sociological level to be like, this is what happens when you molest a child constantly, and he's like a star. Like, his brain, all the women are like, we're saving Corey.
I think Michael Jackson might have molested him.
Yes!
Right?
Everyone molested him.
Like, he was tight with Michael Jackson. Like, it's not public knowledge, but it kind of is.
Yeah. Do you know a movie came out about two, like, victims of Michael Jackson came out, and, like, a really detailed movie came forward about the way he would, like, molest and manipulate them. Like, unignorable shit. But people just are kind of, like, not really talking about it too much because he's dead. I think you can't talk. I think you can't really speak
he's so beloved. I mean, you see a similar thing happening with R. Kelly, although it's not nearly as big. Like, I think we definitely will, like, I think R. Kelly's name has been, like, permanently tarnished.
God, I hope so. Someone needs to saw his head off with a buzzsaw. But,
like, a big reason why a lot of people don't want to drag him through the mud or whatever is because a lot of his music became, like, for the black community, it became their wedding songs.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I Believe I Can Fly. It was
like an anthem.
Is an anthem and was like the father-daughter dance at thousands and thousands of weddings. Oh. So now, like, people don't want their memories tarnished, but it's like, get over it.
You know what I mean? Fucks kids. Why is everyone fucking kids? Anyways, what's in the news, Emily?
I just, on the record, I'm not fucking kids.
Neither am I. It's a no kid fuck zone over at the Hot Mess Comedy Hour.
Just 18 to 25.
You know what? Honestly, after what happened recently, my cutoff is 26 is when I'll start treating you like a human being.
Yeah.
No, nothing below.
I don't even hear you.
No.
I don't even see you.
I don't care how hot you are either. Like, I'm not even gonna fuck you. No. Not even one time. I'm not even gonna fuck you. You come up to me with your 25-year-old balls. Not interested.
You're nice, tight, supple. 25-year-old balls.
Just like little grapes.
Just ready to dip.
In my mouth. And I don't want it. I'm gonna date 60-year-olds. I'm gonna date nobody.
I'm with that.
Even Chicago doesn't want R. Kelly anymore. Well, did you know that R. Kelly, after he was released on bail, he went into a McDonald's in Chicago, where he used to go and like troll for, like he would go there and like obviously he's a huge celebrity, so he'd go in and everyone would freak out and he would talk to people and sign autographs and whatever. He went back to that McDonald's, but he's so fucking stupid. There are underage girls in that McDonald's that he was talking to. A part of his bail agreement is that he can't be in contact with underage women. And so he's like...
He was just like talking to them?
Yeah, signing autographs, taking pictures. He's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I think he's crazy. It's not that he's stupid.
He's sick.
Which he could be stupid too, but he... is sick.
He's majorly sick, yeah.
And it's been going on for so long. He's been getting away with it for so long.
Why would he think that he wasn't going to? Yeah.
He probably, thinks he's like a god at this point.
He's also like, well, here's the thing. I think Cosby was the major turning point in like majorly rich sexual predators actually getting put in jail, because before then they didn't really seem to get put away, or maybe they got like,
well, it wasn't safe to come forward about this stuff. Like anybody who has a story about trying to come forward or trying to bring sexual predators, like bring it to people's attention, they were turned away and laughed at,
and like called
like there were people who said that Bill Cosby assaulted them and they were laughed at.
Yeah.
Same with Harvey Weinstein. It's just now, thankfully, we are living in a time where women are believed, but that has not always been the case. So.
I mean, women are kind of believed.
Right.
Let's not say.
We still need like 50 women to come forward before we're like, okay, this probably happened.
I mean, I'm going to go ahead and say.
Odds are,
I'm going to say yes for now.
I'm going to say wait and see. Okay, our first news story.
Yes.
And you guys might have seen this. Oh, and by the way, it's kind of a light news week. So, just, we have 2 stories today, not 3. But.
All right.
Fabulously fat rat rescued after getting stuck in manhole cover. Do you want to cue the image?
Yes, I do.
So... This is what I love how this is phrased. A curvaceous rat in Bensheim, Germany is making international headlines after an embarrassing mishap, getting stuck in a manhole cover. So, first of all, I love that they're calling the rat curvaceous. Like, they're using, like, body positive language.
Look at him.
He's so cute.
He's like, he's got his paws out like, oh no.
Yeah, he's like, ah.
I'm just a curvaceous rat.
Yeah, he's like, I have too much junk in my trunk.
I believe that I will get stuck in a manhole within my lifetime.
Have you ever gotten stuck in something?
Yes.
What?
I shoved my head in between the banister in my
classic staircase.
Yeah. I shoved my head in between and then got stuck, and my mom had to put butter on my neck to pull me out.
What kind of butter?
Is this for masturbatory purposes? What kind of butter?
Like, I mean, did she just take a stick of butter and, like, rub it on your neck?
I think she melted it and, like
see, that's the detail that I wanted. That's where I was going with that. She melted butter.
Yeah.
And then, like, massaged it.
Like, glazed me down on the sides so that I was aerodynamic. And I slipped out. Kids are idiots.
Were you scared?
Yes.
I always thought that was going to happen. I used to stick my head in between. Mm-hmm. We had the same type of deal.
Yeah.
You know, like a normal staircase. I'm like, we had the same thing.
It was totally... Well, there's this moment where you go to pull your head out and you realize it's not going to happen. And then you're like, fuck. Yeah. Now I got to scream to get someone's attention. My mom was not nearby.
Now they have to come to the realization that their daughter's a Neanderthal.
Yeah. And I was like, if the butter doesn't work, they're gonna have to like chop, like saw it was wood. They're gonna have to like saw the banister.
Yeah, take one out.
Yeah.
Well, I'm happy that you made it.
Yeah.
Do you know how long you were stuck in there? I mean, enough time for her to melt butter.
Yeah,
so
like 25 minutes.
Were you like thinking about your choices?
How stupid I was. Yeah. I was very embarrassed. I was really crying.
So apparently the rat became so portly simply because of an abundance of good food.
Well, what a great life.
I mean, yes.
Look at it.
The rats, this was in Germany, but like the rats in New York City, they are particularly big and strong because of the weather and like all of the flooding that has happened over the years. Like only the strong survive.
Yeah.
So it's like, I can't even blame this rat. You know what I mean? He probably used to be smaller. He used to be able to fit through these tiny spaces. And maybe, you know, circumstance led to, like, he had to bulk up a little bit.
How many other rats do you think this rat has eaten to survive? Do you think
Oh,
rats
that's
eat
dark.
other rats?
No, I don't.
Well, food for thought.
I don't think rodents eat meat. Do they eat meat?
Yeah, they must.
Like what? They eat garbage.
Yeah, they eat garbage. I've seen them, like, chomping on a cheeseburger, I think. Let's see. Jeff says the rat is basically the urban version of Winnie the Pooh and the Honey Tree. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, oh my god, I love Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, I love that they saved this animal. I mean...
Yeah, oh yeah, so they like brought their tools out and you can see, there's like a video, but obviously we can't show the video, but they used a tool where they basically like pushed the rat further into the hole and then pulled it out the other side. So the rat was probably terrified. You know what I always wonder? Mm-hmm. I always wonder if the animal probably has no concept over like this person is helping.
Yeah,
they just
idea.
think like they're probably just terrified and scared. So I'm always like, I don't know, there's something really melancholy about that. Like, I'm helping you escape, but you have no idea I'm helping you. Like, the second I get you out, you're going to run away from me because I'm a threat. Yeah,
there's just these giant, like, other animals with, like, tools and shit.
Yeah. That could kill you.
Terrifying. Oh.
It's just so sad. It's like, they don't even have the brain to comprehend human kindness.
Yeah, do you ever think about how fucking terrifying we are to other animals?
Yeah, constantly.
Yeah, I'm like, we're the villains. On planet Earth, we are the villains. We destroy everything. We consume everything. We just, like, murder other animals
Top of the food chain.
Fun. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm wearing
Do you know what I
collar.
saw when I was in Florida? Oh, I didn't tell you this. I was on the highway in Florida, and there was a dead alligator on the side of the road.
Really?
A huge dead alligator.
Gangster.
It had, like, I guess escaped from the swamp in the Everglades. I was driving through the Everglades, and I guess a car hit it, and then maybe it obviously wasn't removed, but somehow, like, it got pushed to the side of the road so that all the cars could go by. It was the same as up here when you see a deer by the side of the road, and you're like, that's sad, but it was an alligator.
Mm-hmm. Do you know what videos give me life? Do you ever see the videos when firefighters are rescuing cats from house fires, and the cats seem like
Andrea,
they're gonna die?
I have not seen these.
The cats seem
Andrea's YouTube feed is just like people playing popular music on the cello and cats getting rescued out of trees.
Oh my god!
And then the occasional guru that's like, feel your pain. Yeah. Don't shy away from your pain.
Two cellos. Do you know?
And then like wind chimes.
I'm living my fucking best life. Okay, no, it's people. There's one really good one. A firefighter is holding a cat, and it seems like the cat is dead. And like the woman behind it is the owner, and she's like crying. Aww. And then he puts an oxygen mask on the cat's face and is like giving it to the cat. And the cat comes back to life.
Oh my god!
It is every time. It's like when.
So the cat was just passed out.
Yeah, the cat was probably going to die if it had not given it like the oxygen. Yeah, and then it comes back to. It's like the troops returning from war, and they're.
Yes,
Kid, it's exactly the same. It's an equal amount.
equal high stakes situation.
Listen, no, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit about the troops.
Andrea!
All I care about is cats.
You know what?
I'm kidding. Great job.
That's fine. No, that's fine. You can say you don't care about the troops if you followed up by all you care about is cats, because that means you're crazy.
Exactly.
And then you're not saying anything offensive.
No.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, I don't care about expectant mothers. I don't care about people with cancer.
No.
All I care about is cats.
I unfollowed like 800 people from Instagram and then started following cats in their place.
Oh, that's cool.
Great.
Yeah, no, I like that.
Improvement. Anyone who makes me feel bad regularly, anyone who I don't like in person but pretend to like, I unfollowed them.
How do you distinguish between, do you mute people ever?
Yes.
How do you distinguish between who am I going to unfollow and who am I going to mute?
If that person might notice that I unfollowed them, I'll mute them.
Yeah.
But it's very rare. I'll just unfollow, like, also, like, a lot of the people who are not nice to me, like, or just fake nice or whatever in the comedy community are people who are doing well and they have, like, 10,000 followers. They don't give a shit. They probably don't follow me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm just watching you project your success and being like, oh, that's a shame because you're like a really mean person and now I feel bad. No, bye. Now there's a tiny little... Have I shown you Pizza Toro?
Is that a cat?
I don't even know what the fuck it is. Hold on.
Wait, but okay. But I think this topic is slightly more interesting than like an Instagram cat.
This is not an Instagram cat. He is... I don't even know what he is. If you follow me on Instagram...
Is he an Instagram account?
He's not... He is. He is... They call him a bush baby, which I don't know what that means. He looks like a rodent. I'm going to show you. Follow me on Instagram, Andrea_Allen88, ALLAN88, and I post videos of this fucking animal. You gotta follow him. Okay, here, this...
Yeah, or you could just follow him.
No,
follow Andrea, but like you could just follow him.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna go back. Pizza Toru. Hold on.
We might want to take down
the rat
that
image off. Okay.
Galagos, also known as bush babies or nagapies, are small nocturnal primates native to continental Africa and make up the family Galagidae. They are sometimes included as a subfamily. Okay, nobody cares. So they're primates.
Yes. Okay. So this is Pizza Toru laughing and smiling. Look at his fucking face.
Cute.
Okay.
Oh my god, he looks kind of like a bat.
He does look like a bat. Are you ready for this fucking shit? Are you ready? Okay. His owner is an Asian woman, which adds a level of flair to it.
And it's legal to have this animal?
Probably not. Probably not.
There's
legal.
a warrant out for this woman's arrest.
Pizza! She calls him, she just yells pizza, and then he like jumps from wherever.
Well, that's his name, no?
Yeah. Pizza!
Yeah, his leap is gorgeous.
He's like a chinchilla that flies. He's kind of like a sugar glider, you know?
But bigger. Yeah.
And all I look at...
No, these are
is
really
pictures of Pizza Toru, like, playing with balls, jumping around, having the fucking time of his life. And I'm like, yeah, I don't want to follow some dickhead comedian.
Animals are better than people.
Eric knows bush babies.
They're really cool looking. I'm like looking at pictures of them now. This must be interesting for your viewership.
Guys, look at pictures of bush babies. Sugar gliders, Eric is saying, and yes, we've talked about sugar gliders ad nauseum.
Yeah,
show.
The problem with sugar gliders is that they can die of a broken heart.
Yeah.
And like if you leave them for a few hours, they will die of loneliness. So I would say unless you are very codependent, you might want to invest in a more independent pet.
Yeah.
Like a cat.
Or a fucking bush baby.
Yes.
Pizza!
I mean, definitely find out if it's legal first. She might have it. You might need a license or something.
Someone
I
says...
know with, like, chinchillas, I don't think you can just own them.
No,
because they're endangered, but...
Are chinchillas endangered?
I believe so.
Aww.
They're so cute.
Chinchillas jump, too.
They also take dust baths. Have you ever seen it?
Yes.
I used to work at a camp for preschool kids, and they would bring chinchillas in and put them in a little tub full of dust, and
no!
I would just get to watch the chinchilla like roll around and just like wash its face.
I'm crying right now.
I was moved to tears.
It's so sick that I'm talking about how much I love all these animals with a fur vest on.
Yeah. You know, yeah, there are multiple people that I follow on Instagram. This kind of ties into the other topic that it's like, I have to see, they like post vegan propaganda. Mm-hmm. I don't even know if you can you call it propaganda if it's like 100% true? It's like
truth.
It's like we eat this animal, but we hug this animal.
I know.
It's like pig, dog.
I know.
And the thing is, like, I have a hard time because I wholeheartedly believe in that lifestyle, and I would be vegan if I could do so in a healthy way, but unfortunately I'm mentally ill, so I can't label my eating like that. But when I see stuff like that, my heart actually breaks. I'm like, oh, it is so evil what we do.
We're so evil. I'm only buying vintage fur. Have that be known. I'm not supporting the fur industry anymore. We had a good run. I feel like vintage fur is fine. It's already happened.
I agree. It's totally different.
Yeah. But
it's totally different.
I will not buy new fur.
All right. News story number 2.
Pizza!
2 people arrested after buffet brawl over crab legs.
Speaking of, eating animals.
Alabama police say a dispute over crab legs at a dinner buffet ended in a brawl that left 2 people facing misdemeanor charges.
I feel like I will appear in one of these articles at one point in the future.
Huntsville police officer Gerald Johnson says he was eating at the Meteor Buffet restaurant when a fight broke out. Johnson said that diners were using service tongs like fencing swords, and plates were shattering, and a woman was beating a man. Nice. Johnson says diners had been waiting in line for crab legs for more than 10 minutes.
Wow.
And they lost their tempers once the food came out.
This is America. These fat fucks.
They're not, neither one of them are fat.
These insane fucks.
Wow. You know,
I would love to see the sparring with the tongs.
Me too. I'm picturing the tongs like clinging together. Cling, cling, cling. And like somebody using a plate as a shield.
Yeah. Throwing the plates.
Crab legs are really good. I mean, disregard everything we just said about how killing animals is cruel. But like cracking the legs. Like
I've never gotten it.
You've never like
I don't care. Yeah.
Have you ever eaten it?
Yeah. I don't get it.
Cracking them in those crackers.
Yeah, we're sick fucks. We love cracking the bones of other animals.
It's the shell.
Yeah.
They don't have bones.
It's their exoskeleton. So.
I guess so.
So.
But it's still different.
You love... Is it?
Yes.
Emily loves cracking the bones of the animals that she will eat.
I love sucking bones.
You'll sucking their meat out of their bones.
Yeah. I do love seafood.
Yeah.
That was always the hardest thing for me to give up when I was a vegetarian. I was a pescatarian for a little while because it was really hard for me to not eat sushi, but also like crab and lobster and shrimp.
I've thought about being vegetarian recently.
Do you think you could do it?
I don't know. Should we challenge me? See how long I last? Because I used to volunteer for a no-kill animal shelter. Yeah. And I follow on Instagram, and this is someone I continue to follow, this guy, PJ McCorsky, who was the head of the organization. Great guy, kind of a Looney Tune, but like really really helps a lot of animals. And he posts like the animals that like he finds, and like he was like going to factory farms and like the ones that are shut down, and they just left the animals there to die. Like it's really,
oh my god,
it's like really harrowing shit. And I was like, fuck, I also saw a video about, like, the environment, like, what we can do to help the environment.
Well, from a sustainability standpoint, it is extremely dumb. The quantity in which we eat meat, and also, like...
Well, the gas...
Greenhouse gases, yeah. Cow farts.
Cow farts.
Cow farts is, like, the number one contributing factor, too.
Isn't that hilarious?
Yeah.
Like, it's terrifying, but also that farts is what's gonna take us out.
But also, like...
we're so fucking fat that we can't just eat. We just need meat all the time.
Yeah.
We just need fucking junk food. And that's what's gonna kill us. Farts. Amongst other things. I mean, there's so many things.
I mean, we're
going down.
It's a monster of our own making in many ways.
Yeah.
I just don't know, man. I just don't think I'm healthy enough to do it.
No, I don't. Like, I think it's risky for you.
Like, I want to do it so bad. I have this thought, like, multiple times a week that I just, like, don't... I would feel so much better about, like, how I was living... like what I was morally doing.
Yeah, no, me too.
But it's just like the last time I was a vegetarian, it just became...
Well, you can't have restrictive diets.
I can't have a restrictive diet.
Yeah.
But, like, is that just am I just making excuses for not doing the right thing?
Because you were vegetarian.
The last time I was a vegetarian, it just became... And even up until, like, a year ago, and sometimes now, actually, it's still hard sometimes to make the choice to eat meat. I have to ask myself, am I making the choice? Am I not eating meat? Am I choosing the vegetarian option because I like the vegetarian option, which I do also. I like vegetarian food. Mm-hmm. Or is it a purity thing? Like, I still have this inclination toward, like,
clean.
If I eat meat twice in one day, I feel very unclean.
Interesting. Yeah,
like that by itself is kind of like, you probably shouldn't eliminate that.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think you should do elimination diets. Sorry, bro. I should, though.
Yeah, you definitely should.
Well, so I was at a comedy show, and I ended up talking to a woman who was a nutritionist, mm-hmm. and she was really interesting. And I was like, so I've noticed that, like, paleo and keto diets are, like, very popular now, and a lot of people are like eliminating basically consume no carbs or sugars. And I was like, I'm curious about this because it seems like every 10 years or something, a new type of diet becomes a fad. So, like, Atkins was one.
Yeah, but when you think about it, this has always been popular. It was just called something else. Like, back... I did the South Beach diet when I was in high school. Like, that was so popular, and it's really the same concept. Thing?
Yeah. So I asked her, I was like, do you think, like, to me, if you eliminate an entire food group, that feels like it's probably not, like, a sustainable or healthy way to live your life. But I was like, well, my brother and his wife were both, like, overweight. I would say maybe bordering on obese at certain points. And so they did keto, and it really helped them. Like, they had a sugar addiction, and they were consuming, like, massive amounts of sugar, not unknowingly, but, like, I think that you can get addicted to, you can absolutely get addicted to sugar. So I was like, it was really good for them to, like, understand how much they were consuming, and they did lose a lot of weight, and they eat a lot healthier now. But I'm like, if you're not, like, medically unhealthy in the way that you're, like, eating and you're not overweight, is it a bad diet? And she was like, yes, it is a bad diet. She was like, it's not, she's like, this makes sense that it's so popular with Americans because it allows you to consume salty foods, mm-hmm. and meat. And, like, that's very, very popular in the American diet. And I was like, okay, so, like, what would you, and she's like, it's very bad to, like, be telling people not to consume fruits and vegetables. Like, she's like, fruits are very important. And so I was like, well, what do you do? Like, how do you eat as, like, a nutritionist? And she's like, I'm vegetarian, and I consume, like, a lot of leafy greens, fruits, vegetables. Like, she's like, sweet potatoes are the fucking shit. She's like, you need sugars, you know, but you want to do, like, whole grain, like, stuff that you learned in like
common sense.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's interesting.
I don't really believe in I don't really believe that there is such a thing as food addiction, just based on like everything that I've learned personally. I think that ultimately restriction, whether it be physical restriction or mental restriction, is what leads to overindulging. So,
oh, I see.
So like I think that we're conditioned to think like this is the right way to eat, this is the wrong way to eat. So I think people can gain a lot of weight, and like because they're overeating and just, you know, they're intaking more and not burning it off, and that's what happens. And I'm not like it's bad to pass judgment on that, because the more you pass judgment on it, the more we live in extremes. Mm-hmm. So I think that's how that happens. Like I don't think that food can actually be addictive.
You don't think like some of the crazy sugar shit can be addictive?
No. Like I think that you can eat sugar every day and not be addicted to it. Like
yeah, but can't you?
In fact, there are multiple studies that show that people who stay at a more stable, healthy weight overall, like looking at the population as a whole, mm-hmm. are people who their diets incorporate all kinds of food, including processed food, including sugar.
Interesting.
Refined sugar.
Well,
dieters, people who diet as statistically, mm-hmm. People who diet tend to be more overweight as a whole. People who consume diet soda, like all that stuff, like people who live in extremes are generally, that's why like you look at Europeans and I always used to think about this, because there's this book called French Women Don't Get Fat. It was mm-hmm. written like, I don't know, like 10, 15 years ago or something. It was very trendy. Like it was one of those trendy diet books. Mm-hmm. And when I went to France, I remember observing the French women, and it's true. Like there were not really obese people the mm-hmm. way that you see here, but they weren't skinny the way that women are skinny in New York. Yeah. Like I'm sure like models, supermodels are skinny everywhere you go.
Yeah.
But generally they were more average, because they don't live in these extreme like supersize or we have to diet. You know, they live in a more balanced
middle ground. Blaine says, sugar is seriously a drug to me personally. I have a cupcake, I crave more sugar, I find myself in a downward spiral, sugar binge for days. I think it's just some people.
And I think it's mental.
Jeff, well, every addiction is mental.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No. I think addictions are physical. Like, if you're addicted to drugs, you mm-hmm. have a physical dependency on drugs.
Not always, though. Addiction, not always. Like, your physical dependency develops over usage.
I don't know this person, but I would place money on she's eating the cupcake or whatever it is, and she is maybe internalizing that she shouldn't be eating that cupcake because it's unhealthy, and ultimately that will lead to consuming more sugar.
Right, but I do think though, like that, like they're talking about processed foods. I do think that there's something, the amount of like energy and like dopamine. I don't know. We should look into it. We're like not experts in this, but like eating a candy bar versus eating like an old school dessert. I think processed sugar, it tastes better. Like there's like a lot of chemicals and shit in there that like makes it feel real good.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's like great for you, but I think that it's not something that you necessarily need to eliminate.
Jeff says, what's the line between habit forming and addictive? Caffeine usage, withdrawal, and then
wait, what's the line between what?
Habit forming and addictive.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Because so you're saying like most, like you're saying like heroin is like you become physically dependent on it after a certain amount of usage, and some more addictive drugs, the physical dependency happens more quickly.
Yeah, but also, like, sugar is not the same as heroin.
Oh,
like,
totally. But, like, you see people that, I don't know, you see people that drink soda all the time, and, like, that is, they wake up and it's the first thing they drink. I think, like, to say that, because I agree with you that we shouldn't be, like, eliminating things. We should just have, like, a healthy array of things and not be, like, punishing ourselves. But I don't think that it's fair to say that all of the junk food that's out there is not potentially addictive, because I think that it is. I think, like, some of the really gnarly shit. Let's see. Is sugar.
Don't Google that. Don't Google that. I think we should stop the conversation here. I personally don't believe in dieting. Like, I think you should eat whatever you want. I agree. Think that, like, it's too simplistic. I think we make it too simplistic by being like, this stuff is addictive, when really I think that it's diet culture that makes you think that, and that's what leads to people living like what we would call an unhealthy lifestyle, because it's just like all the negative.
Oh, I agree.
Information that we get.
I also think that there's food out there that's really bad that people shouldn't be giving to, like, companies shouldn't be making.
Yeah, I mean, processed food.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, you should
enjoy it in like I enjoy it.
Yeah, like I think if you're really, like, in tune with your body and you're listening to your body, you're not going to want processed food. That's all the time.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you get soda and all this shit when you're, like, a little kid, though, it fucks up. Like, I was talking to this nutritionist, and she's like, it changes your palate if you're exposed to, like, that level of, like, high octane junk when you're, like, a little kid. Regular shit does not taste as satisfying as that stuff does. Like, I'm thinking about Dustin, my ex, for example, and, like, I would cook him, like, a home-cooked meal, and he would be like, this is not as satisfying as, like, the fucking crazy garbage that I was used to.
Yeah.
I think I agree with you that we shouldn't participate in diet culture, but I do think we should be wary of, like, the long-term health, like, drawbacks of some of these really bad foods. Not bad. I don't know.
Something tasting better to you is not the same as it being addictive, though.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think we should stop talking about it, to be honest. Because I think that a lot of this stuff can be really triggering. So, do what you want. Eat how you want.
See if Andrea can be vegetarian.
I think it's okay to, like, challenge yourself if you want to do that, If you want to say, like, I'm going to try to be vegetarian for a week and see if I can do it, or, like, what I think that's fine. I think, like, you're in an okay place to do that.
Yeah, I just from a animal standpoint is what gets me. I'm like,
oh yeah, totally. Well, that's what got me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you would just, like, feel so superior.
Did you feel real cool?
Yeah.
Oh, how much of a...
I mean, I didn't feel better than other people, but I felt like I was living a more sustainable, better way.
It's so funny. If I become vegetarian and sober...
You might be intolerable.
And constantly talk about therapy, I will become a full-blown New York City stereotype.
Yeah. Except you'd be wearing fur. People would constantly bring that up to you, though, also. It would be so annoying. People would be like, oh, you're a vegetarian. Are you fucking wearing leather? Are you wearing... Because people used to do that to me, too, and I'd be like, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah.
Also, like, you're just trying to make me feel bad because you don't want to change your diet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People are like, oh, well, you think you're perfect. And, like, I never said I was perfect, but okay.
Yeah.
Okay, do we want to skip ahead to,
Shit, yeah. Squiffle Noses says, do vegans swallow? Interesting. Protein.
My necklace just broke.
No,
it's okay. I can fix it. I'm just gonna set it aside. Yeah, I think it's not ethically wrong if the person is coming in your mouth. If that was a serious question.
That's your stance?
Yeah. But that would be a really funny excuse to not swallow.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't consume animal products.
And you're a fucking animal.
Do you remember my ex who I told him that he had really bad tasting cum?
Mm-hmm.
So I was Skyping with him last night.
Really?
Yeah, because he...
Interesting. That's very interesting.
Yeah, he's been, like, kind of beating down my door a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
And he's on vacation.
With his giant dick?
Yeah.
He's been using his giant dick to beat your door down? Like when there's a fire and the firemen use axes.
Yeah,
to
he
open
just
the
uses
door.
his dick.
He just uses his dick.
It's so big. So anyway, he FaceTimed me, and I don't remember how it came up, but I was like, somehow it came up. He was like, well, you don't swallow. And I was like, no, I only don't swallow yours.
Your disgusting cum.
And he was like, what? Like, he forgot that we had that conversation. Probably because he was drunk at the time. It's so funny.
That my ex, Dustin, I didn't swallow his cum because it was so gross. Because he has a bad diet.
Yeah, because he has a bad diet.
Yeah.
So I had to explain
Become
a whole
vegan for the cum
second
alone.
time. For the cum.
Yeah.
Do it for the cum. I had to explain a whole second time. I was like, you only eat meat and dairy and alcohol. So, like, your cum doesn't taste good. And like, I remember the last time I told him, he wasn't offended. He was just like, oh, I never knew that. But this time when I told him, he was like, really? Like, he was, like, upset. And I was like, you know what?
Facts are facts. Have you swallowed it?
Listen, I'm just holding up a mirror.
Yeah. Some people don't like that.
But we'll see. We'll see if, maybe he'll start eating more fruits and vegetables.
Every show has a running theme.
Yeah. All right. Do we want to move on to the advice?
Yes.
Would you like to read the question?
Sure.
Guys, thank you for continuing to send in advice questions. We love answering them. This one I read. I don't know how well I'm going to be able to answer it.
Me neither, but I would like to bring it to the table, discussion-wise. Hey, friends. Also, by the way, we have gotten so much feedback from this particular topic.
About the pussy perfume.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you see, like, someone sent a listener sent a group message to us, Emma Willman and Carly Aquilino, and Christina and Corinne, and I think there was one other, like, dual female hosted podcast.
I think it was just them. So interestingly enough, I realized when I read that message, I think that's where I got it from. The, like, information about the pussy perfume.
Oh.
Because Emma Willman, I saw that Emma Willman had a new podcast, and it's her and Carly Aquilino. Mm-hmm. So I have to actually give them credit. I think that it was their podcast. I thought maybe I heard it from a sex podcast that I also listen to sometimes, but it has to be them because this girl credited them in the thing, and I'm like, oh, it was 100% them. So don't come at me if you're like, you got this from there. I am saying it officially, because I think that, like, one of them did it, the pussy perfume, where you stick your fingers in your pussy and, like, rub it on your neck. And I was like, that's a fantastic idea. I'm going to try it.
Do you think it was Carly or Emma? Because if it was Emma would be more well-equipped to answer this fucking question.
I think it was Carly.
Yeah, that makes sense. Not that, like...
But anyway, their podcast is called Secret Keepers, I think. And then, obviously, Corinne and Christina, their podcast is called Guys We Fucked. It's super popular. You've probably heard of it. And this person said that all three of us, in the past month, have been talking about... like
this vabbing thing.
The vabbing thing, which is funny. Topical.
We're on the same. We're synced up, baby. Hey, friends. Love the show as always. Just wondering if you could discuss the effectiveness of pussy perfume on attracting people of the same gender for your queer listeners out there for science. I can't do the research myself because I haven't hooked up with any women lately, but would be keen to know if it works. Cheers, Tracy.
Cheers.
Cheers, Tracy.
Stick it, UK. This is what I'm going to say. I have no idea because I have only performed the science from a heterosexual perspective.
Yeah.
Being that I am heterosexual and only participate in
heteronormative.
Yeah, I'm very heteronormative, and I only participate in heterosex. So that's all that I can personally speak to. But I think that you should try, even if you haven't hooked up with people. Apparently, it's like even the way that people treat you is different. I've only tried it before dates, so like that's the only data I have to work with. Mm-hmm. But I read an article written by a woman who did the same experiment, and she said that even like men checking her out at the grocery store treated her more politely and stuff. So it's still a worthwhile experiment, even if you don't plan on actually hooking up with anyone.
And I would like, okay, so you know, when we talked about this a little bit, is like when you're in love with someone, you love their smell, like their pheromones.
Yeah.
And I've only ever been in love with a man romantically. So, but I would imagine it would be the same if you were in love with someone of the same sex. You would still love their like pheromones and smell.
That's and still be attracted to the
works.
Scent.
Yeah. So I can't see why it wouldn't work.
I can't see why it wouldn't work. And I might get some hate for this. The only thing that I will say is that I think that men tend to be a little more animalistic when it comes to like a man walks down the street and mentally tallies off like, would I sleep with this person? Would I sleep with this person? Would I like that's like kind of like the way that's they're wired that way a little bit more,
or maybe conditioned to socially conditioned.
I think maybe it's both.
Yeah.
So I think it might not be as noticeable. But I agree with you. Like I think it would still work.
Yeah. To all of our queer listeners out there,
you gotta try it.
Try it. We're opening the forums to get the data.
This is a collective experiment. Like this is new research. We're on the cutting
scientists.
We're on the cutting edge of something
of cunt technology.
This is gonna be huge. Okay?
Fuck you, Jeff Bezos. I'm taking over this fucking world.
Absolutely.
With my pussy scent.
We're the Steve Jobs
of Snatch
pussy
scents.
Perfume. Snatch Scents, TM.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, do you want to... we covered it, right?
Yeah, I think so. That's the best that I can answer.
I encourage you to try it, Tracy, is what I'm saying. What was your hot mess moment of the week?
So, I did this the last weekend, we did a 24-hour marathon at Keith and the Girl, the podcast that I produced for. And so I was up for 24 hours, like, checking in guests, like, running the studio, ostensibly.
You didn't nap at all?
I napped for an hour.
Wow. I honestly cannot imagine I've been up for 24 hours before, but having to work and be alert the whole time must be really draining.
It was fucking rough. It was fun.
And Keith and the Girl, if you're not familiar with the podcast, they have been doing this marathon for a while, but they've done up to like 72 hours, I think.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Or maybe even more.
I think I've done a 36 with them before, and like, here's the thing, by the end of the 24, I was like loopy and laughing at everything like that, which is like kind of fun, but you also start to feel like nauseous and like crazy. So that if you start to go into like the 30 or whatever, everyone's crazy. It's just a madhouse of like people doing a podcast. So it was fun and fine, and I recovered, and it was like so much fun. But I was on mic with Noah Garden Schwartz, past Hot Mess guest, and I was
being goofy.
Oh yeah.
It's funny because Noah's like very straight.
Every time Noah's around, I'm just like off the fucking hinge. And he's I think he enjoys it though. I think like he's such a straight-laced kind of more chill guy. I mean, he's not like a narc, but he's
not straight-laced, just stoic.
Yeah, for sure. He's not. He clowns around, but he also like he chooses his time to talk. And I'm fucking rocking and rolling at all times. And we were talking about how Keith, the host of the show, his chair broke, and he fell on the ground.
Oh yeah, I was there when his chair broke.
And
Andrea...
I love people falling. I will not apologize. I can't help it. I laugh no matter what when someone falls.
Listen, you like what you like.
I fell the last week. A chair broke and someone was in the studio. I was laughing while I was falling. I just find falling so funny. So I'm talking about... I will not apologize. So I'm talking about Keith falling.
Nobody's asking you to
I'm not apologizing. I will not apologize. I was talking about Keith falling on the chair, and I was laughing so much thinking about it that I peed my pants a little bit.
Oh. So that's when you peed your pants this week.
I peed.
Did you tell people that you peed your
No.
pants?
No, listen to this shit. So I peed a lot, but, you know.
Was it full bladder?
No, that's crazy.
That would be crazy.
That's crap.
You pee for like 30 seconds when you pee.
I peed and there was like this much of a mark.
A golf ball.
Maybe
size.
more than a golf ball.
More than a golf ball?
Yeah.
A wiffle ball?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a puddle. That's like substantial.
So I peed on this is also a fabric chair that came from Keith's home.
Were you like in there with a blow dryer trying to...
No! So I peed in the chair. I'm laughing. I pee in the chair. I'm like, alright, no one needs to fucking know nothing. No one thinks you peed on the furniture. You know what I mean? No one is assuming that you peed on the furniture.
No.
So, but I think this is hilarious. And so I go upstairs afterwards and I tell Bianca Brady, past Hot Mess guest, and Julia Schachter, who are our two interns at Keith and the Girl. And I'm laughing. I'm like, I peed on Keith's chair during a recording. And I was like, that's for you guys to fucking know and laugh about. Okay? This is a fun little joke between all of us.
Wait, so you let somebody just sit down in your pool of piss?
Yes.
Like somebody had to sit down in that chair, right?
Sure.
Who was the next person to sit down?
I don't know. There's not time. It's not that. Urine is sterile.
I don't know. I would like at least try to give him a signal. I actually... What
are you supposed to do? I'm supposed to, in front of
like,
Noah Garden Schwartz, Emmy-winning writer and comedian I respect, in the middle of the recording.
That doesn't... Listen,
hey,
you could be successful and still
in the
pee
chair.
your pants. These people are not... Let's not put the Emmy on a pedestal.
Okay, Blaine says, I fell in the middle of a funeral while walking in late. That's amazing. I would die. I would have to be hospitalized. I was laughing so hard at that because, number one, you fell. Number two, when things are inappropriate, it's amazing.
That's what's more amusing to me about it.
Yeah, so that's a double whammy. I'd have to leave. I would have to leave the venue because I'm laughing at someone's funeral. So I pee on the chair, I tell Bianca, and I'm kind of like deciding what I'm going to do about this. Like, am I going to tell Keith later? Am I going to like try
It'll dry.
Yes, it's fine.
Keith has had dogs.
Yes.
They pee on furniture.
It's fine. I'm the dog of humans.
Yeah.
So then, Bianca goes on mic at the end of the marathon. Now, this is what I didn't enjoy, Bianca, is that JP McDade was on wrapping up the podcasting marathon. And JP McDade is very cool and funny, and Bianca goes on mic and is like laughing and telling everyone that I peed on the chair. And I was like,
honestly wouldn't expect that from Bianca.
No, and I was like, oh, are you trying to like be funny in front of JP McDade?
Trying to be cool by throwing you under the bus.
I was like, fucking noted, asshole. Fucking noted. Number one, you don't get to have any more fun secrets because you can't keep a fun secret.
Yeah.
Okay? So that's off the fucking table.
Yeah, enjoy being ousted from the pee group.
Yeah, sorry. Next time I urinate on furniture that I shouldn't have.
Guess who's going to be the last to know?
Yeah, you're never going to know. Number two, to be funny in front of like a cool male comedian, I don't know.
It's a low blow.
It was kind of lame, to be honest.
Was there any context, or did she just open it up right away with, so Andrea peed on the chair? Like, what?
No, it wasn't coming up. They were like, have you noticed
Were they talking about you?
No, not really.
Not really, or no?
I don't think so, no.
shady, Bianca.
You're a shady motherfucker.
Bianca Shady.
Yeah. You're a shady motherfucker.
That's your new name.
Uh-huh. Shady B.
Slim Shady.
Vince says accidentally spill water as you get up to cover it. That's what I've done. I've done that in past.
That's a good technique.
This is not my first rodeo, peeing on things when I shouldn't be peeing on them.
But like, that's drawing more attention. What if you accidentally spill it and then it misses the chair?
Sure, and then
there's
what's
equipment
that spill?
around.
Yeah, and it's a fabric chair.
I think you did the right thing, except for telling Bianca, who has proven herself to be shady.
Fucking narc. I mean, honestly, I don't care. Like, I don't care if JP knows I peed on a chair. I think JP already thinks that I'm like ridiculous, and also Keith and Hemda were cool about it. And like, whatever, it is what it is. But I'm a little like, okay,
noted.
I entrusted you with the secret, and you. The thing is, it's funny. It's funny for the marathon, but like, what if I was really embarrassed?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not. It's very hard to embarrass me.
She probably knew that you wouldn't be embarrassed, but
I still don't know for sure.
You don't know. How can you be 100% sure?
Yeah, and it's worth the risk. It was interesting though.
I don't know. Just like if it were me, I would not have done that, and I like know you way better than she does.
Yeah.
And I know that, like, you would move on and be fine about it, but I still wouldn't say it.
And I'm also, like, in this context, I'm like, you know, I'm at work right now.
Yeah.
So.
And there are cool people around. That's what it is. It's like, I would be like, there are cool people around. Like, I'm not gonna, like.
Yeah, it's a bit bullyish.
Bianca!
So, interesting. Noted.
Somebody's got some splaining to do. All right, well, my hot mess moment of the week was I cried for the first time in front of my therapist.
Oh, mazel.
Yeah, we need to break some glass.
What made you cry?
It was really awkward.
That you love me so much?
Yeah, I was talking about you. Andrea thinks that I'm always talking about her.
I know you're not. I just like bringing it up.
I'm like usually not.
I would imagine. I don't come up often.
You have come up a couple times.
Oh, good. Cool.
But, like, in nice ways.
Oh, good.
Yeah, mostly.
Oh. Okay. What is it? Fucking throw me under the bus week?
I've told her about all the times that you peed. She's not judgmental, though, so.
But you're like, can you tell this cool comedian so that she's embarrassed and I seem like
if you have any
dog?
Comedian patience other than me, like, can you just, like, casually slip it into conversation?
Andrea Allen's a fucking loser who has poor bladder.
That'd
I was up for 24 hours, asshole. I was fucking tired.
Yeah, that still doesn't.
I have
make
poor bladder
pee.
control.
You have poor bladder control. Yeah, I mean that's another thing. It's like it's kind of like a medical thing.
Yes.
You know?
Okay, why were you crying in front of your
I was crying because I had an incident this past week that like I was very. I'm not going to go into it too much, but like there was a high stakes situation in which I was very much disillusioned. We'll say that. And was basically like stranded in Miami.
Party in the city where the heat is on.
Where the heat was
turned off.
Very much off.
The heat had been shut down.
And like
the boiler is broken.
I had a situation. I was just like for a day and a half I was just like alone in a strange city. I mean, not that strange. Like I'd been there before, but I don't have friends there, and it felt very lonely and whatever. I was telling her about it, and I start crying, and it was very awkward for me. But she like just gets very close to me, and she's like, I could tell you for the rest of the session how amazing I think you are.
Oh.
But I'm not going to do that because I see that you're hurt right now. So we're going to let that sit for a while.
Aw, that's nice.
It was so nice. So nice.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, like for a while I was deciding whether or not I like her or not.
Mm-hmm.
I decided I like her.
Oh, good. She's in, baby.
Yeah, she's in.
Just like Bianca's out. She's in.
Bianca's out forever. I'm kidding. Bianca, I actually enjoy you so much.
Oh, I love her.
But that...
I was just surprised.
Yeah, it's weird.
I love her so much. I think she's so funny. And I also think she's such a hose before bros person.
Yeah.
That this surprised me. She could have been doing it for the bit.
I think that's probably what it is.
I respect.
For shock value.
Yeah.
Like maybe she knew that you would think it was so weird that she said it. Not weird. Like, you would be surprised that she said it, so then she said it. I don't know. You know what? We're going to table that for a while.
It's interesting.
God, do you feel comfortable crying during therapy? Yeah. You have a different situation, though, because you do your therapy stuff over the phone. And it's so different when you're in the room with someone to be crying like that. I wasn't crying very hard. Like, it was just like a few tears. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But
it was still very embarrassing.
Yes, I've cried during therapy sessions. No, I don't feel embarrassed because, like, that's what you're there for. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it's literally the place where you're processing things.
You're at the cry doctor.
Yeah, so I get it, but I also I'm less embarrassed to cry in front of people than you are.
I can't. It's like,
yeah,
it's pretty pinata.
No one loves crying in front of other people. It's very vulnerable.
It is.
It's like the peeing of the eyes.
I was peeing out of my eyes.
So,
and there was no hiding it.
Yeah,
I couldn't cry into a chair.
It's also like if you're crying, then clearly it's such an upsetting thing to you that you have no choice but to cry. So you needed to do it. So, you know. But yes, I've cried multiple times with my therapist. But
well, in the past, I have avoided certain topics in therapy because I know that they'll make me cry, or like I feel like they're gonna make me cry, so I'll avoid them, and I feel like that's counterproductive. So it's better to just like let the water flow.
Yeah. Agreed.
Upstairs and downstairs.
And then if you're a friend, you protect your bros. Bianca.
Yeah, well, we gotta go because we have to go text Bianca.
Yeah.
We have to invite her over and beat her up a little bit. So
yeah.
Thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks, guys.
We are live every Friday at 12 noon. Come join us over here. Also, subscribe to our podcast, The Hot Mess Comedy Hour. We will be releasing this as a podcast every Saturday, but we also release a podcast that is not live every Wednesday, and we have a guest for that, usually.
Yeah.
Sometimes we don't, but usually we do. And it's a slightly different format, and we have fun over there as well.
Hell yeah. Bye-bye. My wife.